Hey guys, and welcome to Film Cat, where I criticize anything and everything pertaining to film. Alright guys, let's just talk about John Wick, because John Wick is my favorite film at the moment, only because of how horribly terrible it was. But it really wasn't all that bad. I had two issues with that film, and I'm going to get them out of the way first, because usually the worst things about the film are my favorite things to talk about, and I don't want to ramble on about them, because this film did have some great qualities. So the two things that bothered me most about John Wick was, one, of course, the dialogue. Every horribly, terribly good movie has really crappy, lame, not used in normal life dialogue. But I kind of just skimmed over that because the rest of it was pretty spot on. And the second thing that bothered me a lot was the audio. There were a lot of times during this film to where it went from a really dramatic score and then it just jumped to like some sort of rock music, and the levels for the audio, they weren't done well. It was just too jarring, and it was too much of a difference, and it would like create this horrible frequency. And it wasn't just me, because other people I noticed were having the same problem. When people are, you know, ducking in a movie because of how horrible the audio is, it's not just the person who critiques everything, it's everybody. So dialogue was pretty campy and cheesy. You can get over that. It's just one of those kinds of movies. And then the audio just kills movies. But you know, I'm just gonna skip over that mountain and just focus on everything else. The points that I did really like about John Wick were, of course, the violence and the choreography during these fight scenes were amazing. The fluidity of Keanu Reeves' movements and camera movements were so in sync that it really felt like every fight scene was one long shot that was just done perfect. And that's something really hard to do. And I'm such a fan of long shots and of doing things in 1 to 2 takes. And when your editing and your camera movements and your actors' movements are so fluid that it makes it look like they only did 1 or 2 takes and it was perfect, that to me is like a super master achievement. So I really enjoyed those 3 aspects: violence / choreography, fluidity of the camera movements, and Keanu Reeves' ability to somehow make it look flawless. The cinematography was pretty awesome as well. It was really overdone, the lighting was really dramatic, and everything was kind of, in a way, artsy and kind of colorful for such a dim film. A lot of the scenes were either in the dark or in like a club type setting, so the lighting was really muted, but everything had such a color that it just fit the film really well. It fit the film stylistically. I just enjoyed it immensely. It was really entertaining. You do kind of have to get over the acting because you can't always act through horrible dialogue or a horrible script, but those campy moments just added to the entertainment aspect of it. And then not to mention the fierce Ford Mustang. Everything in this film was so specific to the style. It just melted well together, and I really enjoyed it, and I would recommend this film if you really just want to enjoy something on a Friday or Saturday night, because it was just really legit. And I really think Keanu Reeves did a really good job with such a vague and kind of muted character. It was awesome. Go see it. Go watch it when you're bored, because you won't be bored. Future features! My top 3 anticipated films for the fall are Exodus: Gods and Kings, Mockingjay Part 1, and The Hobbit: Battle of Five Armies. And I'm super excited for one of 3 of them. Gods and Kings is my most anticipated future feature at the moment because, one, it's a Christian film, okay? I'm just gonna put that out there. It's a Christian-based script, it's a Christian-based movie, and I'm really excited to see a Christian film done at such a high quality. The cinematography looks amazing, the acting looks amazing, everything just looks amazing about this film. But it does look like a really stable Christian film, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm hoping that it ends up meeting or surpassing every expectation that I hold for this film based off the trailer behind me. But I'm really hoping that this film does meet all of my expectations, and that it will end up being a really quality Christian film, and that the Christianity is motivated this film in the first place. The second anticipated film for the fall is The Hunger Games: Mockingjay Part 1. It's a shame that they're having to do another Part 1. I'm not a fan of these series and then having to do another Part 1, Part 2 thing, but whatever. But I am looking forward to this film because I didn't read the books. I was lazy. So I'm just going off the storyline that the movie has, and I kind of don't really compare it to the book, but I am excited to see where the story is going, and The action scenes in these films are just pretty fierce. They're just something else. And Jennifer Lawrence's acting, let's just be honest, it's really great. Plus, based off the past two films, the cinematography, the lighting, the acting, and the script, and the dialogue, and everything that matters laid a really solid foundation for the Hunger Games series. So I am looking forward to this film, even though I'm not looking forward to having to watch another one after this, but hey, I kind of really want to know how it ends. The third film that I'm slightly less anticipating than the other two, but will probably watch it if forced, is The Hobbit: Battle of Five Armies. The Hobbit series has gone on way too long, but everybody enjoys them. They're really, really great films, so I've heard. I've never watched them, but the trailers are pretty amazing. Plus, I hear that Smaug, which I realized was the dragon from the Desolation of Smaug trailer, actually gets to die, and I am a fan of killing characters out of these films, or out of any story. It's something special in my heart when a writer has the guts to kill off a character, because it just adds a whole new emotional depth when a pivotal character dies for the main character or the protagonist and the antagonist. And I feel like it kind of shakes up the audience. It kind of keeps you engaged because you're either really happy that that character just died, or you're in like super deep anger / sorrow because they killed off your favorite character even though he wasn't a protagonist or antagonist. So I'm kind of excited to see this film, only because I don't know what happens in the other ones, but they kill off a dragon, if that makes any sense at all. But Exodus: Gods and Kings looks fantastic. Hunger Games, another solid film. And The Hobbit, another solid film. We can expect greatness, hopefully, from all of these three films. My Netflix pick of the week for this week is The Fifth Element. Come on now, this movie is so amazing. If you don't like this movie, you are not a lover of film. I'm a lover of film. And this movie probably simulates what it would be like to be on drugs. It's such a classic story and such an untouched story. There is probably not another film that matches this story. And there hopefully never will be another film that matches the story of The Fifth Element. This movie was such a trip, and watching this movie as a child, you're just so mesmerized by all the different pieces and all the different characters and all the different storylines that are just pulling together in this one massive element, for lack of better words, to just create this movie to where you're wondering what's happening while you're trying to figure out the mystery and the subplots. This movie was so well done. This film, you need to watch it. It's on Netflix. If you have Netflix, it's technically free for you. Fifth Element, Netflix pick of the week. Do it. Watch it. Be happy. Enjoy it. Learn something new. Love film. And that's it for Film Cat this week. Thanks for watching. Look forward to next week to when I review Age of Ultron and we take a look into Iron Man's shoes and Thor screaming from a hot tub. Dramatic.